האם האסלאם הולך לכבוש את אירופה בסופו של דבר? לא תאמינו למה שמוסלמי לשעבר אומר. הוא חושף עובדות קשות על אסלאם. אתם חייבים לשמוע את זה.
And so on. We are allowing Islamists to spread their poison while fighting among each other about nonsensical things.
What would you like to see, or what would your advice be to people watching who would like to get into apologetics against Islam, say?
Watch David Wood. Watch certain channels like God Logic.
God Logic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is a new rising YouTuber who is doing a phenomenal job.
Okay.
God Logic. There are certain other people I know of. Testify Apologetics, a new channel that is rising, that is getting tons of views. We were doing this. There are now lots of people who are doing this as well and who are doing a fantastic job. Watch my channel.
Yeah.
Look into the history of Islam. Look into what Muslim apologists themselves actually say. Don't listen to those who make excuses for them. Look up certain YouTubers like Muhammad Hijab or Ali Dawa that are the most popular, approved of by the average Muslim. Look at how they represent their religion, how they say that once they have the numbers, they want to impose Islam.
האנשים האלה תומכי טרור, כל המוחמד חיג'אב ואלה.
Very much respected, also a teacher in the UK named Adnan Rashid, said that the plan should be by Muslims to within the next 50 years have at least three Muslim prime ministers across Western nations, including the UK, Canada, and Australia.
I'm sure they'll succeed if things keep going the way they're going.
And what they would do if they have that is to, and what he's basically saying is that within 50 years they want to take over. They want to start running these Western countries. And once they start running these Western countries, they won't run them the same way these leftist idiots or even the conservative idiots run it. They want to turn things around and want to impose their own laws. They want to make it illegal to criticize Islam. They want to make it illegal to draw cartoons. They want to make it punishable to ask questions. They want to impose strict laws on men and women. There's just so much. I don't know. What can you say?
What would be a couple of excellent debates to begin with if someone wants to see a Christian do a good job responding to a Muslim? David Wood?
There's actually one debate that I would recommend people watching, which is between Sam Shamoun and Jay Dyer against two Muslims, who were, I believe, Daniel Hikikachu and some other little weirdo guy. But it was a Christianity versus Islam debate that I would recommend checking out. It was phenomenally done.
Why was it done well?
It was mainly about doctrine, about belief and all that, but also diverged into discussing morality. And it is a brilliant display in the intellectual gap between Christianity and Islam.
So Sam and Jay showed that they not only understood the Christian position, but they understood the Islamic position in order to refute it.
Yes.
It wasn't just bluster. It wasn't just people yelling at each other.
It was like they did a fantastic job in breaking down and exposing the ridiculous aspect of Islam and how Christianity is so much better in comparison. Then there are debates which discuss. I just recently had a debate about Islam with a Muslim apologist named Central Dawa. It became scandalous because in the middle of the debate he started threatening me and even did this to me like.
What?
And said,
פשוט לא יאומן.
Your blood is 100% halal, he said, which means, colloquially in Islamic terms, you are 100% permitted to be killed by Muslims.
He said this to you in a filmed debate?
Yeah.
And it's online?
It's online.
And they won't take it down? I'm sure you're glad they weren't, actually.
No, I'm actually happy that I'm about to publish. I published a clip of it myself, and I'm about to publish the debate of it as well on my
that
channel.
doesn't make you look more convincing when you have to resort to threats because your logic isn't working.
The funny thing is, the way it unfolded was he was being very disrespectful and weird, and he also was kind of shocked because he was expecting to go into the debate with like Muslim versus atheist. At that point, I'm kind of in a phase of changing, and I'm wearing a cross. And just because he started attacking my atheist aspect and like trying to be a Christian and all of that. And he was like coming off as a complete jerk in his opening statement. And he wasn't looking at me, so I thought, you want to play it that way? So I like in the middle of it, I just did this. So once he comes back with his opening statement, he suddenly sees me wearing a cross. And he's completely dumbfounded. And he starts attacking me personally and attacking Christians and others and so on. And at some point, somebody brings up the question of executing apostates. And he says then, yeah, you deserve to be 100%, you deserve the apostasy penalty. Like, okay, fantastic, good. So since he disrespected me from beginning to end and also now said that I deserve to be killed, I basically took out a ripped out page of the Quran in the shape of an L and put it on my microphone. And he got really, really upset about that and started threatening me and making death threats and saying your blood is halal and so on.
Wow.
Blamed it on that. And then eventually he said if I don't take it down, then he will leave the debate. And the moderator is like, do you want to take it down? I'm like, no. So he just left the debate.
Yeah. And when was this? This recent? I gotta watch this.
Yeah, this was, I think in February.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how many debates have you engaged in?
Quite a few.
Really?
Quite a few.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't know that. As I say, I'm new to you and your channel. So
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
You should have a look at that. I mean, I'm happy that stuff like this is making the rounds and is getting more attention because people need to see this, you know. People need to see what we actually deal with. When I sit down, when people like me and others sit down and talk about the threat of Islam and how bad Islam is, lots of people who might not be familiar with this might just perceive this as, I don't know, like fear-mongering, bigotry, Islamophobia, and things like that.
Yeah.
You need to see the truth of it. I'm not saying that Muslims are evil people, that all Muslims are evil people. Muslims are the first victims of Islam. I was a victim of Islam myself. It is Islam. And I don't encourage to treat Muslims badly. I encourage to help make Muslims realize that Islam is nonsense and it's false. And they should leave it and probably become Christians. Would be much better for the world.
Yeah. Did you see the debate? Is it Michael Jones from Inspiring Philosophy? Yeah. Did you see the debate he did with that fella who was okay with sexual relations between a man and maybe a 7-year-old girl?
Yes. That's actually another one that is, I'm glad you reminded me of this. I should have mentioned that as a very, 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 very glaring example of how Islam is represented. So Mike Jones, Inspiring Philosophy, he had a debate with Daniel Hakikatju, who is a popular Muslim apologist, known as Muslim skeptic. And the debate was about child marriage. And the Muslim was argued in favor of child marriage. And at some point, Mike Jones, who is also a very good friend, he said to him, he asked him if he knows about precocious puberty, which is where puberty can kick in too early. And so Daniel, the Muslim apologist, says yes. And it eventually leads down to the Muslim apologist saying that even if a child shows signs of maturity at the age of 4, it would be okay for a man to marry and have sex with her.
God have mercy.
Amen. And then he mentions a 3-year-old. And the Muslim apologist says it's not really possible. Mike says it is possible. I have evidence here that it goes as young as 11 months. Upon which the Muslim apologist says, well, it would be up to the parents to decide whether she is ready or not. So imagine in a situation now where the parents are deluded enough to agree that it's okay.
Wow. Now that Daniel fella, he looks pretty white. Is he a convert?
No, he's
אין לי מילים, פשוט מטורף.
I might be misremembering.
No, he is a convert but not. It's difficult. He comes from a Shia Muslim background.
Okay.
But his family is like they're secular, non-religious people.
I'm sure they're very proud.
And he went the direction of becoming an Islamist who loves pedophilia. So he's like the foremost pedophilia defender right now, and he is very popular among Muslims. They love him. They think he's one of the best. I had debates with him.
We were just saying earlier, and I think you agreed that there's this just like there's work spiraling, there's trad spiraling, where you say as full-throatedly as you can the most kind of grievous thing. Is that at play here?
No.
I don't mean that it isn't justified under Islam. I mean that people are celebrating
זה פשוט מטורף. תראה בסרטונים הבאים.